Hey, what's going on, dudes? I am ThatNintenGuy here, bringing you the first video of the second year of Smash Month. Yeah, let's make this one bigger than the last, guys. If you don't know what Smash Month is, it's basically a month where I upload a video every Saturday in November, so that should be around 4 videos in the month, all related around Smash Bros. And this month, we're going to have a pretty good showing, I hope. And yeah, so let's get started here. The first video we're going to be talking about is my top 10 favorite DLC stages I want to see in the new Smash Bros. Game. Now these stages can't be new stages. I'm basically talking about returning stages, as we've seen mainly more returning stages. We have seen a couple of new stages, but I'm going to leave those out because there's infinitely many possibilities of doing that, whereas now we can narrow it down to an easier 10 of stages that I want to see come back into this game as DLC. So we're going to be looking at the past stages and ones that I want to see come back. So let's hop right into it here. Kicking off this list at number 10, we have Venom from Super Smash Bros. Melee. It's a Fox-related stage. We gotta love Fox-related stages. We don't get a lot of them. This one takes place on the same place that, most of the other Fox stages take place on, the Great Fox. And I think that this kind of puts a good new twist on it, whereas instead of playing on the top of the Great Fox, you're playing kind of on the wings of it, and you're jumping from side to side. And you see all the R-wings around you trying to attack you, and I think that was a really cool spin on things rather than just seeing the constant Corneria and Sector Z that we were used to seeing before. And I thought that was really cool, but they also didn't take away Corneria, and, well, they did take away Sector Z, but they didn't take away Corneria. That Great Fox stage was still there if you didn't prefer the other view of it, which I thought was really cool. And the fact that they have Corneria in the 3DS version, I think it would be cool to have the other version either on just the Wii U or on both systems, so we have more options, because that stage did put a new twist on things, and it was cool to see, the divided sides with the top, like the kind of shark fin at the top of the Great Fox, which kind of divided the areas and made it harder to get from one side to the other. And I hope that stage makes it back in. So that's why it's number 10 on my list. Coming in at number 9, we have the Great Bay. This is another Melee stage. There's actually going to be quite a few of them on this list. But this one I really like. And we actually did see a leak of it, which probably isn't real. But we did see a leak of Great Bay on the 3DS a while back. And I was super excited for it. I thought it could be a really good stage to bring back. Especially because that was around the time when, Majora's Mask 3D was new and they were kind of bringing it back and stuff. And I thought that would have been really cool. I think it still would be really cool to bring that back. That stage is really fun. It was one of my favorite stages to play on in Melee with more people. Having 4 people on that stage was kind of chaotic, but there was a lot of sections on that stage you could go to. It was a lot of room in a very small area. It was kind of weird. But I really loved it. There were so many different places you can go. Like, you could go on the top of Tingle's balloon, you could go on the little turtle, you could go on the rock that shifted side to side. And I think this could make a really good Smash 4 stage. And I'd love to see some of the newer characters like Toon Link or Duck Hunt that haven't been on this stage yet to be on there and have a chance to be on there. I think it'd be really cool. And yeah, it's got my number 9 spot. Alright, so at number 8 we have Greens from Super Smash Bros. Melee again. Yeah, so I really like this stage because it just, there was a lot of room and it was very chaotic. There was a lot going on and you could have a lot of people on there and make it even more chaotic, but it was fun. It wasn't like a chaotic where you like, you can't stand it because there's so much going on that you can't even play. But it was a chaotic where like you could use it to your advantage too, like the bombs that would come in little boxes, and you could use that, if your opponent's camping on one side of the floating islands, you could use that to, get an open shot at them with a projectile, or just damage them and get them out of their spot and, go in for the attack. There was a lot of, strategy you could do on this stage, and there was a lot of also randomness that kept the tension high, because, the wispy woods or whatever the tree is could, blow you, and, oh, that sounds weird, but he could, use a gust of wind to push you around. Yeah, and it was a fun stage to be on, and it came back in Brawl, and I think it could do really good in the new Smash game, and I want to see it as DLC, and that's why it's on my number 8 spot. Alright, coming in at number 7, we have Peach's Castle. Another Melee stage, I know. But I really like this one. I love how it was part of the Mario universe. It was something that everybody knew. You always see Peach's Castle, whether it be in Mario Kart, or Mario 64, or really most of the games, or like Galaxy or something, which I guess during the time of Melee you didn't play, but it was just a really fun stage, and they kept the kind of coolness of it with the bullet bill that came out of nowhere and would explode sometimes, and all the question mark blocks that make random platforms appear. So they really did try and make this more unique, and it really did work. But it was also a very nice plain stage. And I'd really love to see the Final Destination form of this, although I think I already know what it would be. But I don't know, I feel like this would be a really cool stage to put into the game, because it was, I know it was a popular stage too, and I know a lot of people want this stage back, even though it's one of the more plain stages. It was a really fun stage, and really good for 1v1s, because there was a lot of room to fight, but not like a lot of chaos in there. So I think it would be really cool to see the stage back, and that's why it has my number 7 spot. Alright, coming in at number 6, we have Final Destination from Melee. Hold on a second, let me explain. Okay, so first off, I promise you there will be more than just Melee stages on this list. In fact, there were going to be a couple of Brawl stages, but the one that I really had in mind got added to Smash Bros. For the new thing. So, yeah. But yeah, this is also a lot of the Brawl stages were added into the games anyways, so that's why there's not a lot of Brawl stages on here. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. This stage I put on there is because I know a lot of people say like, oh, if I'm doing a top 10 DLC stages, I'm not gonna add the Final Destination or Battlefield because those stages shouldn't be in there. The one reason I really want the stage, I know it's not going to happen. I can guarantee you they will never put this stage in there. But if there were to be one Final Destination I would love to see in there, it would be this one. I love this Final Destination. It feels so much bigger than it actually is, and I love that. Because it's a hexagon shape instead of just like a little rectangle. It feels so much grander and so much bigger than the other Final Destinations. The one in the N64, I don't really count that because you can never really stand on that anyways. But I love this one. The scenery changes around you. It just felt really good and really fun to play on. I loved that stage in Melee, and I love doing it. It feels like a good boss stage. I love fighting people on it, and it is one of my favorite stages in Smash Bros, which is really weird because it's the Final Destination stage. And I'm not one of those people. I mean, I like fighting 1v1 no items. Yeah, sure, that's always fun, but I also like fighting with items. If I'm playing with friends, I'm not playing competitively. I like to play competitively, but I also like to play casually. I like a mix of both. And I like to play on the stage both ways. I love this stage. This stage is, I don't know what it is about this stage, but it's just like, it feels bigger because it's a hexagon instead of a, you know, rectangle. And it just like, you know, the scenery changes and it looks beautiful. I just really love the stage. And no, I never expected to be in the new Smash Bros. I put it on this list just because I really want it. I really, really want it. I would honestly pay money to have this stage in the game, and that is the crazy. I know it's crazy. I know it's stupid, but I really want it to happen, and I would pay money for that. But yeah, it takes the number 6 spot on my list. Coming in at number 5, we have a Brawl stage. Okay, finally not a Melee stage. See, I told you guys. And this one is New Pork City from Brawl. First off, we don't have many Earthbound stages to begin with. And you took out one that would work perfectly in this game? Now, let me explain why. I get it's from the newest game in the series, and Lucas wasn't added in the original game. He was added as DLC, so it makes sense that this game, or this stage, wouldn't come into the new game. But he's in the game now. Lucas is in the game, so this would be a perfect DLC stage for him to get, because it would be such a good stage. This is one of, if not the biggest stage in Smash Bros. I think Palutena's Temple is a little bit bigger, but this stage is huge, and it was way too big for 4 people in Smash Bros. Brawl. There was way too much room. It was really hard to fight people, but with 8 players, that would be so much fun. I would love this stage. It was too big in Brawl, so it never reached its full potential. But in this game, there is so much potential for it. I really, really, really want this stage in there. I loved this stage. It was so much fun to just jump around from platform to platform, but you always kind of stayed on one side because there wasn't a lot of room to fight, and you did want to kill the other person. So, like, now you want to fight, but, you know, it's so, it could be so amazing, and I don't think it's gonna get in, but it's just not supported enough by the fans. But man, I would really love to see this stage get in the game, because it has so much potential, and it would be such a perfect stage for this game. And now that Lucas is in the game, there's actually a small chance that it could get in there, especially considering the fact that we don't have a lot of Earthbound stages. So it wouldn't be like another Mario stage or another Link stage. It would be a stage from a series that, you know, isn't oversaturated with things in that game, and would be really, really fun to play on. And even though I don't think it's gonna happen, but it takes the number 5 spot on my list. Number 4, and I didn't actually do this on purpose, but number 4 is 4 Side. Yep, another Melee stage, I know, and another Earthbound stage, but hey, who doesn't love this stage? Probably a lot of people. This stage was kind of weird. I didn't know what Earthbound was at the time when this stage came out, and this stage really doesn't appear in the actual game. You never really see 4 Side at night. but I love this stage. This stage is so good now too, because it was a pretty big stage back then. And with the 8-player Smash, there's so much more potential. And again, it's not an oversaturated, mess of characters or, places in this. I mean, you're kind of getting a lot of places for only 2 characters if you had 4 stages into the game. If you had 4 stages with the centered around those characters in the game. But I think this would be a great stage. I think you should get one of the 2, either Newport City or Forsyth. And I think Forsyth is really, really fun. And, people love Earthbound now. People are really into the Mother series. And I don't think Nintendo capitalizes on that enough. Like, NES has become really, really popular from these games. And I don't think Nintendo really realizes that. They have so much potential with this. And, this is actually like a fan kind of favorite stage if they were to bring a stage back. Because Forsyth is really popular now with the people who want to have it brought back, and I think it could be really, really cool to see the stage back. And I really want to see it, and that's why it takes the number 4 spot on my list. Alright, coming in at number 3 on my list is Fountain of Dreams, another Melee stage, I know, but this one I feel has a pretty good chance. And now its music is in Smash Bros. Now, but I think this stage could make a comeback. Why? Because it's a fan favorite. Why is it a fan favorite? Because it's a big competitive stage. I see tournaments all the time with Melee where they would play on this stage, Final Destination, Battlefield. This is one of the few stages that people can actually play on, and there's no, random stuff they don't like, that they think is unfair and makes it unplayable in tournaments. And that's why I think it has a good chance, because a lot of people want this stage. A lot of competitive players and casual players who really like the game. I'm in both. I'm competitive, but not really on the level that the Melee competitive people are. So I'm more of a casual player, and I really want to see the stage too, because I think the stage is really fun. I used to play on it all the time. I don't know why, but the stage was just awesome. It was so cool, and I would love to see this stage back in Smash Brothers, and I really hope it gets there. Yeah, but that's my number 3 spot. Alright, coming in at number 2, we have the Super Mario Bros. Stage from the N64. This stage is the only unlockable stage in the N64 game. And up until, pretty recently, I didn't even know you could unlock this stage. A few years ago, I finally realized that I could just look up how to unlock everything, but up until that point, I didn't even know what you could unlock in the original Smash Brothers game. And now, when I found out, I realized how easy it was, and I just unlocked everybody and everything. And when I got this stage, I realized that this stage was possibly one of the best stages in that whole game. It was just so cool. It was the biggest stage, it was the most fun, and there was just so much you could do. You could go to either side of the stage, and you could go to the bottom part, and you just wouldn't die because you would be under the piranha plants, and you just keep hitting the top and then bouncing back down, and it was really fun. And I was so sad that I never realized that when I actually played that game with my friends, I never realized that I could have played that stage. And I would love to see this stage brought back, especially because they're bringing so many N64 stages back nowadays. And I think that they're really missing out on this one, because this one is pretty awesome. One of the best stages in Smash Bros. In my opinion. I really love this stage, and I would so hope to see this stage back again. and that's why it has my number 2 spot. And coming in at number 1, we have no, not a Melee stage, actually an N64 stage, and probably one you were all waiting for on this list, Saffron City from the N64. Now this stage, I cannot believe has never made it back into a Smash Bros. Game. This stage was awesome. All the Pokemon that came out of the little, tower thing, the helicopter landing pad, the little fly things that would fly on the other side of the screen. This stage was awesome. It was so much fun, and I know a lot of people really want the stage to be back in the game. I used to have so much fun with the stage, and I know a lot of people are itching for it. The only reason I can't see this stage coming back is because it's just not like a new game. Like, it's not like a new stage. It's kind of outdated. It's from the first game. But who wouldn't want this? Especially, I can't believe it didn't make it back in Brawl when they added the Pokemon trainer. You think they would have brought that stage back, but they didn't. All we've gotten is Pokemon stages and Pokefloats, but who wants that stage? Sorry if you're a fan of Pokefloats. That stage actually is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, but nah, this stage I want to see back. I love this stage. I've always loved this stage, and it's always been one of my favorite stages in Smash Bros. And I just really, really hope that they bring it back, because I know a lot of fans want it too, and I can actually see this game, or this stage, coming back into the game, and I'm really, really hoping for it. I hope they bring it back. I don't know if they will, but I'm really hoping they will, and I know the fans really want it to happen. So that's my number 1 pick, Saffron City. Jeez, what a pick, am I right? Alright guys, so that's the first video of Smash Month 2015. Stick around and we'll keep posting videos on this stuff for the rest of the month. And if you missed last year's Smash Month, you can click right here, and that'll take you to a playlist that I made of all the Smash Bros. Videos I made last year for that month. So yeah, hopefully we can make this month bigger than that year. Yeah, so let's just hope we can do it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.